Point out though, Ethan has decided to swap over to the Hattori. He was saying he was kind of like going with the Bodvar currently in the meta. He really liked the Bodvar. That's what he started the tournament with. And then after like a tough couple of games, all right, I'm a hood trick. What can I say?
Yeah, he very quickly made that transition from Bodvar over to the Hattori, and it seems like he's going to stick with that probably until something goes wrong. But I was really impressed with his Bodvar. Of course, we saw his Bodvar yesterday, but I was very impressed with what we saw from his hammer.
Yeah, he definitely has a Bodvar. It wasn't like this completely awkward and doesn't actually know how to play the character Bodvar.
Going into this game, these two players have a lot of history, both with each other and against one another.
Yeah, one time they were 2v2 partners, both started the game at relatively similar times and played the same character, so they were kind of like tied together as far as names go. But then Sandstorm able to win the World Championship, and Ethan definitely doing well for himself as well. They kind of took their own routes in life, and now they're here fighting again in the winter semifinals.
And definitely with how consistent Ethan is now, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of them in the coming year, because they haven't really met that much in tournament over the past year, because Ethan wasn't quite as consistent. He had very high highs sometimes, but he also had 17th places, 9th places, 13th places, sometimes not even making top 8, which for Ethan is a rarity. But now the consistency is so strong. You see the lead that he's built up in this game.
Yeah, and you'll see him talk about that too. Is like, even after 2v2s yesterday, he was like, you know what, I when I started telling myself that I could win this, I started to break a little bit. I need to just clean up my mental, and it's definitely worked for him. He's been much more consistent as a player.
And you've also seen his pride in him being a consistent player. Like, he's noted that that is a good sign of his improvement, not just, oh, I didn't win. Winning was the only thing that would make me happy. The fact that he's seen his progression, and now the consistency that he lacked before, he has that. It's good that he's noticed that and seen like that's a big part of the growth process.
Gotta love the recognition coming out from these players. But we are seeing Ethan in the lead over Sandstorm right now. A little bit of shades of what happened between Sandstorm and Phazon when Sandstorm was fighting for that top 8 spot.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Sandstorm kind of struggle more in this tournament. Obviously, he's in winners semis fighting for winners finals, but still, we've seen him kind of struggle a little bit more this tournament than I think we've really seen him in the past.
And by struggle, we mean he's not dominating the way that
yeah,
he
exactly.
has in the past.
Yeah, Sandstorm struggling is him just like a normal game that or a set that goes to game 5 or game 4, not a 3-0.
It's not Sandstorm struggling is him not gimping his opponent 2 times in a row and finishing a match in 2 minutes. Ooh, nice wake up from Ethan, able to convert into a downlight side air as well. He's feeling confident. You can see the way he's holding this corner, tries to catch Sandstorm with that downlight, but Sandstorm just outside of the hitbox.
And I do really like the rejuvenation in Ethan's spear play. Because for a while, it seemed like he was really down on spear, and his more successful weapon was with sword. And aside from the D-Light recovery now being an option that'll kill earlier than D-Light Sair, I don't think too much has changed on spear. It just seems like a rejuvenation for Ethan's spear play. It's been looking really good.
You know, sometimes it's just the like kind of mental reset of I've been playing Bodvar for a while and I haven't had the spear. Now that I'm back on the spear, oh yeah, there's all these moves in the kit that can do all these cool things that I totally forgot because I was kind of used to the way that I played spear.
You like recovery? Ooh, almost.
Just a little too close to that corner. Sandstorm with that side air.
Now, one thing I'm not looking forward to is, I don't know if Ethan has it on loss, but on win, it's this Demon Bride Hattori doing the guitar solo, and I'm really not like I don't want to look at it again.
Cover the left half.
I'm closing my eyes.
Ooh, they went right through it. Got like 1 frame.
Okay,
of it. You're
good. All right, I can open my eyes now.
Frame
I'm not
perfect.
looking at that.
It's like watching a scary movie together, and one person's like okay with scary movies, the other person is like, all right, I'm gonna close my eyes, cover my ears, let me know when the scary thing is over.
Yeah. Except I'm watching it with you, and I can see them lingering on it, and you're like, yeah, you're good. You can open your eyes now.
Yeah, you can still hear the music. You haven't heard the scream yet, and I'm like, yeah, you're fine.
Because I'm going to close my eyes tonight, and that is going to be in my nightmares.
It's going to be on the inside of your eyelids. Game number 2, Ethan, able to take game number 1 over Sandstorm. And if he wins another one, will we see Sandstorm make the swap? Will it be the Petra or maybe even like a Dusk?
He does have a lot of options for characters that he has played as recently as Winter Champs.
He's got a pretty large character pool.
So we could just see strong enough adaptation coming out from this Fate here. See a much greater lead for Sandstorm early on, right on the edge. Procced red just at the end of that.
Ooh, and it had just enough force that Ethan was not able to make it to the wall. That means Sandstorm gonna have a sizable lead over Ethan right now. And able to pick up the spear. This has been his comfort weapon of the past.
Sandstorm doing a fantastic job of dealing with the increased range that Ethan has. Just outright beating that with the sidelight.
Lots of movement coming out from both sides. Ethan dips down, hits the neutral line, hits the recovery. Still not enough to KO Sandstorm.
And you see a lot of respect coming out from Ethan here. Even though he does have D-Light recovery as the true combo kill option from the middle of the stage, you don't see him going for the D-Light a lot because he knows that if he misses that, even though Sandstorm's jumping around a lot, he knows that if he misses that, it's going to be a punish from Sandstorm, and he's already behind. That is going to be the knockout.
Both of them hopping on their ride. Sandstorm riding his star while Ethan rides his sword to the KO. That's going to even up the stocks.
Ethan recovering very low on the corner. See a little bit of a commitment coming in with the ground pound from Sandstorm. Didn't hold it, pulled out of it very quickly. Just put a little bit of a warning over on that edge.
And really trying to cover that weapon pickup, but Sandstorm able to get the pickup. Nice dash in spot dodge to cover his movement. Able to avoid it. That high movement speed is going to make those side signatures from Sandstorm not very effective. Same thing happened in his matchup against Phazon. Phazon was able to outrun those stars.
Weapon spawn again, going over to the left side of the stage, favoring Sandstorm. Here's the spawn coming in again. It's right where Sandstorm is.
So he knows he can read the stars and he can read the weapon spawns. Weapon toss not going to connect onto Ethan. Ethan does get the wall touch, but still denied any sort of weaponry.
Oh man, he's been weapon star for so long.
And that's tough, especially for Ethan when he's got the unarmed kit. It's not going to be very effective against both of Sandstorm's weapons. Huge string coming out from his orb as well.
Sidelight side air, that's Ethan in orange. It's not looking good for Ethan here.
The adaptation from Sandstorm working out for him. The downlight recovery will get the stock, but Ethan is behind. Sandstorm had so much control. There's a weapon spawn.
Ethan finding a little bit of momentum here.
Nice.
It's the D-Light ground pound. Isn't able to finish it up with a nair. But he has Sandstorm pretty close.
He's kind of back in this. Weapon test, but Ethan able to get the pickup first.
Sandstorm now in orange. Does have the orb. Ethan's going to have to find ways to get in. That time it was a dash jump Sair. He's going to have to be careful initiating with weapon tosses like he did earlier. Because he hit one, and then the one he went for after that, Sandstorm was able to get around, and that's when Ethan was weapon star for so long.
He's got to be careful not to get himself in a position where he's going to be weapon starved.
That's even in the red.
Weapon denial. The haymaker.
Player 2 wins.
Bro, dodgeball tech. Toss up, throw out a hitbox. Dodgeball tech coming out from Sandstorm to close out game number 2.
Small Mammoth, Apocalypse, Demon Island left. We're seeing no switch from Ethan. He knows that last game was close.
Yeah, he almost came back with that sword play.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Coming into this game on Mammoth, Ethan finds the first weapon. One spawn immediately comes in, though. Sandstorm picking up the scythe. Trading hits back and forth. 1 for 1. Except Sandstorm has a little bit more damage on him right now. There's the side light. Orb coming out for Sandstorm. Ethan finding really good spacing here.
I mean, he's got that range advantage with the spear. He's got that movement speed to get into those positions so that he can space out Sandstorm. Nice side signature just underneath the side air from Sandstorm. Ooh, he spot dodged inside of that? How do you have enough iframes?
I don't know!
Barely enough. His downlight charging up the signature. Ground pound connects. And the weapon toss. Ethan does not have movement. Yeah.
Sandstorm doesn't quite have the lead this game that he did last. Nice immediate pickup into the side light. The Nair turning Sandstorm red. Not too much off stage from either of these players. Ooh, that's going to be a very good punish.
Nice neutral signature coming out from Sandstorm. With them dashing around each other. Ethan going for those gravity cancel downlights. Just the raw recovery. He needs to get this stock soon, though.
Man, Ethan's second stock has really not been his friend.
No.
He gets Sandstorm in the red. Sandstorm gets the knockout. Ethan's on his second stock. The damage starts to build. And Ethan just can't find those knockout hits onto Sandstorm's first stock until he's almost in the red. And now I believe he is in the red.
Finally hits the neutral heavy, but he has got to play so incredibly safe. Not even able to deny the weapon. He wants to hold on to the spear. Oh.
Ugh.
He tried to do the dash in spot dodge, was hoping he could get through it, but Sandstorm able to hold that signature, charge it up just long enough that he could connect, and then lead to the KO.
Now the lead from the beginning has gotten even bigger. Before Sandstorm was in orange when he got the knockout. Now he's in yellow when he got the knockout. There's the side light into the turnaround. Sandstorm with some serious momentum on his side.
Sandstorm denies himself a weapon, though. Threw it away, trying to make an approach in.
Ooh, nice dodge.
Yeah, the spot dodge, able to use the iframes to get through the weapon toss, then gravity cancel. Ethan's really good at that.
Oh, the recovery's going to drop. That wouldn't have knocked out, but that's going to deny him juggle opportunity.
Yeah, it put him in an awkward spot where he had to try to react for a dare. Sandstorm was able to capitalize, get a little bit more damage onto Ethan, and Ethan cannot afford it.
Ethan's red. Not in a good spot here.
It's trouble. Sandstorm tries to dip down, put that pressure onto Ethan.
Whoa!
Whoa! Okay. Good plays from Ethan, able to avoid the signatures. Still cannot afford to get hit, though. He's putting Sandstorm into his final stock here in game number 3. Punish. Punish.
Ooh, double dare. Got the dodge. Ooh, the bounce. Oh, man.
Player 2
The
wins.
bounce pass was a little bit too quick. He wasn't ready. You still see her mouth when she's doing that. That's so gross.
When she does, I don't know if you noticed, but she also does it when she charges signatures.
Yeah, but it's fast enough that I don't see it.
Now you have to stare at it unless you leave this end screen.
I already did. I go through that immediately.
But about 53 damage difference between the two of them. Sandstorm just ahead of Ethan. But Ethan, thinking about this one, is he going to swap back to the Bodvar? Is that the answer? I don't think the spear was necessarily bad against Sandstorm, but maybe just the different stat line is going to be what he needs.
We haven't seen his hammer against Sandstorm. I think signature-wise, he might have more luck with Bodvar. I think he could do some good work with Sword D-Sig.
Okay. Or he's just trying to ice out Sandstorm. He's just going to think about it for a little while. He does still have the Bodvar icon, while Sandstorm has the Zol icon.
Now, we haven't seen him actually fully back out of the lobby, so he's not resetting anything.
Nope.
Seems like he really is thinking about this. Maybe he's just going to the restroom, but he didn't say anything in chat. So a million things could be going on Ethan's side of this game. We have no idea.
He just said sec.
Oh.
So, needs a moment. You know, that's how it is with these onlines, right? Sometimes you're playing and your mom comes in and tells you to take out the trash, and you're like, Mom, it's an online game. I can't pause it. And she says, do it after the game's over.
Bro, who's taking out trash in like the late afternoon on a Sunday?
Well, you know, I need to take out my trash soon. So, me.
You take it out in the evening before trash pickup.
Yeah, probably.
Because you fill up the trash can that day, so you get the maximum amount of trash in that can, so you can then take it out that night, rather than taking it out in the late afternoon. Because then when dinner time comes around,
what if the trash can's full? What if it's full? And she's like, I don't have any more room, but I need you to take it out so that I can put this trash that I've already accumulated.
You just shove it. Just shove it down. Just push it.
That's how you break bags if you don't have bags that are able to withstand that pressure. But either way, Ethan's going to try to withstand the pressure of the situation as he goes up against Sandstorm. 1 game away from Sandstorm earning his spot in the winners finals against Pugsy.
I've never broken a garbage bag in my life. Let's see if Ethan breaks the garbage bag here by pushing too hard against Sandstorm.
I was really trying to have Ethan's mental be the bag in the metaphor, but whatever.
Everything I say is elastic. It can go one way or the other. Who knows? I don't know when I start saying it, so.
Yeah, you let it start happening, and then you just see where it ends up. Real Michael Scott tech. Ethan is playing this Satori game, didn't want to swap characters or anything like that. Does have the sword in hand. The sword's been pretty effective for Ethan, but so far not finding any connections right now. Both so spacey.
Unless something drastically changes, I would buckle up because we're going to be in the running for a very long game here. It's a minute into this, and Sandstorm's not orange. I don't know if Ethan is orange yet. We're going to have to see him get hit by something. Yeah, he's orange. He's orange. A minute 10 into this game, and both players just now became orange.
Gonna be a bit of a long one unless Sandstorm is able to find the connections for the Gimps, and I specifically am calling out Sandstorm because he's got a little bit more Gimp-heavy weapons with the Scythe, whereas Ethan will likely be trying to play that neutral game against Sandstorm.
So Ethan trying to go for the double sidelight, expecting a dodge down from Sandstorm, and maybe a fast fall afterwards. Gets that beautiful hit. That's going to be the knockout option. A minute 40 seconds into this game. Sandstorm with a sizable lead. He's still only in orange. Now he's in red.
Ethan's got to be ready for those down airs. The ability to bounce those off of the platform or shove them out and cover out that 45 makes it a really scary edge guard tool. And Ethan's been caught by it twice.
And this is one of the maps to do it on. With those smaller sidewalls. That ability to bounce your orb off the wall, man, you can cover so much of that wall with it. But Ethan staying in this second stock now, his friend.
I like that movement from him, able to dash jump inside of the star from Sandstorm and then get there for the punish. Ooh. Nice snares coming out from Ethan. He's starting to take the lead, gets the neutral sig. Different Ethan coming out for the second stock.
That was a pretty easy punish for Sandstorm. Ethan used all of his stuff. Didn't even go back to the wall to the touch. You saw that dodge coming out. Sandstorm just had to wait for him to come down. Didn't have anything to get through that side light. And Ethan really waking on Apocalypse here.
He is just finding the hits. Started off a little bit rough, was not finding connections, but suddenly Ethan is just alive with this Demon Bride Hattori.
One thing he's going to have to worry about, though, is he's going to have to continue this pace throughout this game, and we're not on game 5, so he's going to have to go through another one, even if he gets the victory here, doing what he's doing now. Ooh.
And, ooh, side heavy, that's trouble. Fortunately, Ethan, a little bit less damage, was able to get back safely, goes for the ground pound, Sandstorm avoids it. And to your point earlier, Sandstorm is very good at adapting to his opponents. And so going to a game 5 situation against him is going to make it really tough. The side signature connects. Sandstorm going to try to deny the opportunity for a game 5.
Yeah, you're seeing the adaptation coming through in just this game alone. Ethan needs a weapon spawn.
Ethan was weapon starved. He was weapon starved last game, and it was so troublesome for him. Again, the weapon spawns in Sandstorm's favor, making it so tough.
I'm telling you, Ethan is so unlucky.
Never lucky. Oh. He's just trying to find his way back to the stage now, and again, the weapon spawn in Sandstorm's favor. Finally, it spawns for Ethan, but Sandstorm, he's done what he needs to do. He's gotten the damage. He can go for the knockout with the down light gravity cancel, neutral heavy, and that is going to be it. Sandstorm goes to the winners finals.
That's going to be a tough loss for Ethan. You saw major portions of individual games lost because Ethan couldn't get to a weapon. And you saw at the end, when Sandstorm didn't have his weapon, he had no problem with it because that weapon spawn came in down onto that soft platform. And Sandstorm probably expected Ethan to play around that, to maybe go for that weapon spawn, or at least put out some hitboxes around that weapon spawn, expecting Sandstorm for it. Sandstorm didn't worry. He expected the hitboxes and immediately punished, got knockout. That's a tough loss for Ethan. That is such a tough